Epic would have been if he missed that by like a half inch.
Do you remember what this bathroom looked like when we bought the house?
Yeah, it wasn't here.
It didn't even exist.
It didn't even exist.
We created it out of thin air.
It wasn't out of thin air. I'm trying to hold it together really well. It's you this time, I love it.
We want them to feel really good about the product,
I want
the
tears.
experience. Shots being taken right here.
We're gonna restart that. Cut, new.
Just kind of left me. Just said nothing. We just finished this extensive rebuild and addition at this house right behind me, 986 Oakview Drive. We're here in Smyrna Heights, Georgia. And this house turned out amazing. We are super excited to walk you guys through it, and you can see all the amazing things that we did inside.
Yeah, so we actually ended up taking this 960 square foot, small little bungalow. It was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. We completely gutted it, upgraded all the electrical, plumbing, HVAC. So it's basically a brand new house. But the other caveat is we actually added on almost 1,000 square feet to the back of this house. It's phenomenal. Can't wait to take you guys inside and give you the full on tour.
Let's go check it out.
Come on.
All right, so as you can probably see, this space looks pretty different than it did when we bought the house and walked you guys through it before. It's completely open now. Beautiful kitchen, beautiful living space here. I mean, I want to move here. It looks so nice. So, you know, my partner here, Nick, he's been instrumental in the construction, the design, every part of the details of this project. He's been kind of heading it. And so I'll kind of let him just kind of talk through what we did here and why it's so well done.
Yeah, so the room we're actually standing in used to be 3 separate rooms, and we were able to actually open it up with a triple span LVL beam. The room also feels bigger because we are bringing in more natural light with much taller, much bigger windows. Thanks to my partner and our customer, that window was installed on a weekend by yours truly. So
these windows are so big and they're so different from what you see in the rest of the neighborhood. A lot of these older homes, they have like smaller square windows, but these are truly floor to ceiling rectangles, beautiful 2-1. And it just, right when you walk up to the home, it's the very first thing you notice because it's just so elegant looking. And it's just the little details like that that I think really brought this home over the top and allowed us to sell it without even having to put it on the market.
Wanted to point something out really quickly. So this actually used to be a small little hallway, and we closed it off to allow for a much larger vanity for the next family that's living here. All right, so now we are in one of the 3 bedrooms. Like we mentioned, we actually ended up closing off that wall to allow for a much larger vanity, 48-inch vanity compared to a 30-inch, which is a pretty big deal for a lot of people. But it created this beautiful Jack and Jill bathroom. Would love for you to go take a peek.
Jack and Jack, or Jill and Jill.
Very true.
We don't want to, we don't want to say what it's going to be. All right, the kitchen. This is where
the heart of the home.
Everybody wants to be. I mean, I can just see parties happening right here.
This is where the party happens. So we were actually able to get our clients an incredible deal on this appliance package. It is a Frigidaire Pro appliance package. Included a 36-inch dual fuel range, which is beautiful. So your oven's electric, your top is actually gas.
My wife wishes we had this appliance package at our house.
Added the pot filler. Our friend and extraordinarily talented woodworker, David, created us this custom hood vent for our clients.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And then, we do have a little bit of a beverage center, floating shelves. Yeah, one of the other features that we actually do in each and every build is a circulating pump. So we actually run an extra water line to each and every faucet, showers, sinks, etc. And that extra line connects to a circulating pump, which connects to your hot water heater. And what it does is when you flip on hot water, you actually have hot water within about 3 to 4 seconds. So people think, well, pumping that water, doesn't that cost a lot of money? No, it's actually pennies on the day. What actually costs more is waiting for your hot water to arrive.
Yep.
So, we're always thinking about how we can save energy. And basically how we spend our customers' money is very important to us. Energy efficiency is huge.
Yep.
So,
I mean, having hot water like that, it's a big deal. A lot of people don't really think about those kinds of little details, but once you're in a house like this and you notice it, it's like, hey, like that's actually really nice. I'm glad we have that. All right, so we're in the mudroom now, and that is where you take your shoes off and your coats and all that. The garage is right there, right? So this is kind of a unique room that not a lot of houses in this neighborhood have. It's just a nice catch-all room. Nick messed the cabinets up and they actually aren't gonna have doors. That's a huge bummer. I'm not sure why you did that.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting scenario. So things don't always go the way you want them to go. So our cabinet person actually sent over some CAD drawings that showed different fronts on these two doors as well as this door. So these are two double doors, and when we received them, our customer immediately stated that's not what she ordered. So we ended up having to troubleshoot the issue. We ended up finding a solution. Williams making us a couple of custom doors so we can outfit this for our client the exact way she wanted it.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly one of the things that, you know, is really different when you work with a company like us versus just going to buy some home that a flip company did, is you really get to maybe kind of have some feedback on these details and make sure it's kind of exactly what you want it to be.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and flip over here. We just touched on the mudroom. Remember, in our main living area, we actually closed up that wall and created a Jack and Jill bedroom combo. So once we did that, we knew immediately that we had to go ahead and add a half bath for all of their guests to use, which is, you know, an immediate value add, but the convenience is probably my favorite part, because you can drop everything in the mudroom and you can head directly into the restroom. Touched on our half bath. Let's go ahead and walk on down to the laundry room with our beautiful barn door. So we ended up creating an extra large laundry room in terms of the size of the house. So you've got room for washer, dryer. We went ahead and put in a laundry sink for all the dirty kids' clothes. Owner suite. We actually pushed the ceilings up to 9 feet in here because everything from the mudroom back is all new construction. So allowed for our clients to put up the chandelier of their choice. We have a beautiful shiplap accented back wall where the headboard is going to go. And then, you know, I briefly touched on the dual zone systems here. So as you guys saw outside, we had a thermostat. Now we have our own thermostat for the owner's suite. So that just controls this suite of the house. So if you like to sleep at 67, you can sleep at 67 and the rest of the house isn't wasting all of that energy.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rare from what I've seen to have your own thermostat in the master. So that's really nice to have. And you know, personally, we sleep with it super cold, so I'm sure, you know, I know we would utilize that. I'm sure many other people will too.
Absolutely. Something else that we did that was pretty unique, shout out to, I think it was your uncle who hooked us up with an incredible closet system. You know, most of these homes don't come with built-ins, built-in closets, etc. So in this house, your uncle, big savior on it, hooked us up, would love for you to take a peek. It is a very large owner's suite closet, and it has a ton of storage space, so come check it out. He just likes hiding in closets.
I'm coming out of the closet now.
Tomorrow's? All right, so now we're actually going to take you into the master bathroom.
Here we go. All right, here we are, the owner's bathroom.
Owner's bathroom, yeah. So this thing's pretty sweet. We are missing a couple items, and you can't always control construction delays.
But do you remember what this bathroom looked like when we bought the house?
Yeah, it wasn't here.
It didn't even exist.
It didn't even exist.
We created it out of thin air.
We created it. It wasn't out of thin air. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of hard labor, a lot of concrete, a lot of lumber.
I just showed up and it was here.
Do a little bit different here. This is actually a wet room. So we have the tub inside the shower. If you can use your imagination a little bit for me, that'd be great. You're just gonna have a glass panel, glass door, and another glass panel that fully encloses this space. The beauty of a wet room is this whole area is waterproofed. So if that tub ever overflows, it will all drain towards our drain. You know, even that area is waterproof. So it's beautiful, zero entry. So we dropped our floor systems about 2.5 inches. Our tile crews built it back up, did a handmade slope on our mud pan, and now it's wheelchair accessible. You're never gonna stub your toe on your curb. It's timeless at the end of the day. It's just timeless, and you don't always see it. It's pretty rare.
I remember when you called me to talk to me about this, how excited you were that you remembered, because not a lot of houses have this. It's kind of, if you really look at most bathrooms, there's a big curb ledge there. And so to have it kind of flow seamlessly is just, again, another nice feature that we put into this home to make it really stand out from the competition.
Yeah, and something else that we do just a little bit different. So we remote all of our valves. So just imagine walking in your shower and being able to turn on your shower without getting absolutely drenched. But the beauty of it is, remember, self-circulating pump. So even here, water heaters all the way under the kitchen and the other part of the house. Even here, you will have hot water within 4 seconds. Do not turn it on because you will get drenched.
We are coming out now into the backyard. My personal favorite part of any house. Beautiful yard back here.
Big transformation.
This was, I mean, it was, the space was the same size, but more or less we really cleaned it up, and now it's just super functional, very usable. Probably gonna have kids back here, barbecues, just
Dogs.
Lots of good stuff going on back here. I mean, it looks really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we want our clients to come in at the end and be like, we want them to feel really good about the product,
I want
the
tears.
experience.
I want tears.
Yeah, we want
tears
the man
of joy.
to cry too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both people.
Today we ended up waterproofing the exterior of our house, which I do believe every house should be waterproofed, because you'll have sideways rain. There will be some water that creeps towards it, and I will also like to point out this massive deck behind us. Spans the whole 30 feet of the house, comes out 10 feet. We got smart and ran a gas line for the owner's grill so they can connect directly to natural gas rather than going through propane. Honey, did you remember to fill the propane tank? Well, that won't happen anymore.
Never again. I've had that happen to me.
I'm sure you have.
Parties happening, guests are over, propane tank out of gas.
And then what happens? The party starts.
It's over.
It's done.
Nope, no more shots.
Well, thank you for joining us here at 986 Oakview. We are glad to take you guys along for the journey. Hopefully you have enjoyed the transformation, the finishes, and just,
the laughs.
Yeah, there's plenty of those throughout the process. So we look forward to seeing you guys at our next properties and our next ventures.
Yeah, and so if you don't mind, click the like button below, subscribe to our channel, because we're gonna be doing more houses just like this, and you can see all the beautiful transformations and hear Nick's terrible jokes as we go.
And share it with all your friends and family.
That's right. Thanks. See you guys.